Welcome into our virtual media day here from Benedictine College. Josh Pound joined by head coach of the women's basketball program, Chad Folsom. And coach, team's been at it for a couple of weeks now, but before we get into how things have gone this year, another very successful run for your program last year, able to get back up to the Division I national tournament there in Billings. Get a game under your belt where you're able to get a win up there, and you just ran into a couple of tough teams, which you're able to battle through. Just didn't maybe the run ended a little bit sooner than you wanted, but just talk about the successes of last season.
It was a great season again. We finished the year 24-9. We dealt with a lot of adversity as a team, throughout the season with illnesses and injuries and other circumstances, but give that team a lot of credit for how hard they fought and how they stuck together. I feel like, sometimes adversity can break a team down, but this team really got stronger because of it, and really, played well beyond what people even thought they could, which was exciting to see. And we had great leadership from our three seniors, Kristen Murphy, Lexi Villegas, and Jordan Closter. All did a great job of stepping into leadership and leading us, back to the national tournament. And like you said, we got a chance to go back there to Billings, and I think we did some things differently from the year before, learned some lessons on how to get there and travel and all that stuff. But it was great win to knock off the number 6 team in the country, Columbia College, in that first game, and it was the first game of the tournament, so we had to be able to play bright and early and give the Cream team credit for being ready to play and doing a great job. And like you said, we ran into a tough Menlo team the second round and lost in the Sweet 16. But it was a great run for this team and a great opportunity, because those seniors, it was their 4th year in a row to play in the national tournaments. That's a heck of an honor to lead their team 4 years in a row to a national tournament.
Well, one of the things that comes out of last season that's a positive is that you were able to see really what you had moving forward. You have to replace the likes of the 3 seniors that you had, but you have to feel pretty confident now as we transition, looking forward to this next season with the core of players that you've got coming back for this year.
Yeah, that's true. With those injuries and a lot of young players had to step up for us. We lost our point guard, Lorena Thomas, in the first 5 games. So Bryn Mall, freshman, stepped up into that role and did a great job at being our point guard all year. Really played with a lot of confidence and savvy, and really broke out in the national tournament. She put up, I think, 16 the first game and 31 the second game. So she really showed what she's capable of, so we're expecting big things out of her this year. We also had 3 freshmen coming off the bench, that were all played big parts for us too. Sam Brennan, a wing player for us, and also Natalie Samaran, 6'2" post, really came on and really gave us good numbers, rebounding and scoring in the second semester. She was out with an injury all first semester, so it was great to get her back in the mix. And then, we were led by some sophomores, last year with Kayla Staley, who was honorable mention all conference post for us, who really stepped up again. And then we also had Rachel Baumgartner, a sophomore, played big minutes in the power forward, and then Grace Brzozowski, who plays a lot of minutes in the wing spot for us. So we got a lot of younger players that got a lot of experience, so we're going to be counting on them to really step up and be leaders and play big minutes for us this year.
Well, you go out and you bring in a new recruiting class, looking to add to that depth. Just talk about how that new faces of the team have mixed into the program so far this fall.
They've been doing well. I think that's going to be a key for us this year, is how quickly these new players can pick things up, because we've got a lot of new players we're going to be counting on. One of them, Zenep Canbaz, our Division I transfer point guard we have from Middle Tennessee State. She actually joined us last January when she transferred in, and so she had a year or semester at least to learn things. So she's really taken off this year and picking things up quickly, and she's going to be a point guard, 2 guard for us. That's can really score and handle the ball and makes great passes, and she's going to be a good leader for us, I think. And then we've got some freshmen that with great high school careers that we're counting on to come in and produce as well. Riley Neal's a 2 guard from Lockwood, Missouri. Put up over 1,600 points in her high school career, so she's got the ability to score and shoot. We got a pair of players from Gardner High School. We've got Skylar Washington, who's a very athletic wing player, who also put up big numbers in high school. And then Kinley Nelson, a teammate of hers. They played together since kindergarten, so they've got a nice chemistry going. But she's been a pleasant surprise. Very, very smart player, can really shoot the ball and really scrappy on defense. I think she's going to help us. And then we also got a 6'1" post player, Allie Brzozowski, who's coming in, whose sister Grace is already in the program. So it's nice to have two sisters in the program that, I think they push each other daily, but they're also there supporting each other. And she gives us good size and ability to score in the post. So, and then we've also have local player Heather Ronnebaum joining us, a wing, and then also Reese Carlson, who's a 6-foot post from St. Louis. So we've got a good group. They're all working hard. They've got great attitudes, and we're trying to pick things up quickly.
Well, the conference this year, a lot of at least you anticipate a lot of the traditional names to be right there up at top. Back to a couple years ago, as far as the format of the schedule, it'll be the double round robin. So you'll play 2 games against everybody in the conference and not just against your own division. Talk about how that maybe, this will be back to where it first started when we expanded, but a better sense of who the true, cream of the crop, I guess, is to speak, when you actually get a chance to play home and home with the other rest of the team, the whole conference.
Right. Yeah, first off, I think it's going to be a very strong conference once again. The last 2 years, the Heart of America Athletic Conference on the women's side has sent 5 teams to the national tournament and been one of the top leagues in the country in that category. So I expect it to be strong again, and we had 5 teams at nationals last year, all have that experience, going into this year. But I think playing everybody twice is going to be good. So now you do have the opportunity to play teams on your home court and not just on the road, and vice versa. So I think, at the end of the season, we'll see exactly who the true champion is and who has the best record, and that'll be the best team. But I think it's going to be a dogfight again every night and in every game, and you got to come ready to play right from the beginning.
Well, there you have it. Thoughts from head coach Chad Folsom on the upcoming women's basketball season here on Virtual Media Day for the Heart of America Athletic Conference. Basketball Virtual Media Day here in the Heart of America Athletic Conference, joined by Kayla Staley, Josh Pound. Glad to have you, Kayla. Thanks for taking some time out of a busy preseason to visit with us about how things are going. Believe it or not, basketball season, it's started, but games-wise, just around the corner. Just talk a little bit about how preseason's gone with you guys. A lot of new faces around the program from last season.
It's gone, I think, really, really well. We're obviously very young, returning. We have 1 senior and she's new, but everyone is picking everything up really, really quickly. We're starting to find our gel and really coming together as a team, and it's been a lot of fun to watch where we started and then where we're at now.
So last season for you come on second semester and kind of take a different role for the team. That leads to all conference honorable mention honors for you last season. Just talk about what that meant for you individually, and then with individual success, there's usually a lot of team success that comes with it. But just talk about that evolution of your role from a season ago.
It was definitely different, especially I didn't start at the beginning of the year, and then I was by the end. But just my growth, I think, that I've seen in how I play and has changed so much from my freshman year.
Right.
I've gotten so much better, but definitely I think the team really kind of stepped up together, and that was just the nature of the year last year was here's a new role for you to do, step up and do it the best that you can. And so I think with that mentality, I think everyone kind of just did that, and it's just how it worked out for me.
Well, now a new role for you, as you mentioned, we have Z in as the 1 senior, but she's in a first-year situation for herself.
Right.
So you've been now asked by Coach Folsom and the team, one of 3 junior captains. Just talk about what you think that role is going to be like for you as you step into yet another new role in your 3rd year with the program.
It's a little different because I think for our captains in the past, they've had 3 years to develop to become what the leaders are, and for us it was a quick 2. and so it's looking back on what we've seen, reflecting on leaders that we've had in the past and liking what we see there, and then trying to make it our own too, and really make this like our team and not try to just mimic other teams.
Well, finally for you, I know one thing that I got a kick out of quite a bit last year was anticipating when Kayla was going to take the charge. It got to the point in the national tournament doing the games on Care Radio where I had a live read ready to go for, every charge from Kayla Staley was brought to you by a sponsor. Just take us through that. I mean, that's not something that a lot of people enjoy, is getting run over by somebody with the ball.
Right.
But what is it about your personality or about the flow of the game that has led you to kind of take on that role? Because it really does kind of fire up the team when you start getting those charges taken.
Yeah. It's actually funny. took one charge in high school, and it was honestly kind of an accident. The girl stepped on my foot, and I fell backwards, and they called a charge. And that was the first charge I ever took. And then I really think I took maybe 1 or 2 before Christmas break, my freshman year, and then it just kind of all of a sudden, it just started happening. And I just found that as a 5 or a center, you're in the middle a lot, and just when you kind of just get a sense when someone's really going to commit and they're going to take that drive, and then you just step up and you sit back on your heels and brace everything to fall backwards, and I've been very lucky that not gotten hurt and just fallen the right way.
So is there, I mean, you mentioned, what are you keying, without giving away trade secrets, obviously, but what are you keying on? Because it is that fine line of knowing, okay, if I'm going to commit to it, I got to get over there, and then whatever happens, happens.
I might get burned on the backside.
What are you watching for when you anticipate that?
Normally, you can I can see when a guard comes around the corner, if they're like locked in on the basket, or if their head is down. So either looking at the basket or their head down, I know that they're not going to pass. And so that's when I just know to just slide over. And I have gotten burned a few times. Sometimes more than probably coach would like, but.
Well, it's an exciting time. Kayla, one of the junior leaders on this year's team, as we get ready for the start of the season here at the end of the month, beginning of November. Thanks for taking the time out of your day. We appreciate it.